Peace. It's your brother. Help the brothers. Uh, See, I had brothers that tried to warn me about going into Freemasonry. I had about going into Freemasonry, wasting my time, my money. But I had to go myself. I had to go look. I had to go learn the hard way. You know what I mean? I wasn't just gonna take brothers' words for everything. I got to go look myself. So I did, and I put 10 years in the Freemasonry, active years. I've been on Grand Lodge committees. I got the documents and proof to show it. I've done all kinds of work because that's the way they try to discredit you and say you weren't worthy of being heard because you weren't active enough or you didn't do enough work. That's bullshit. That's part of their problem. They deal with that bullshit. They don't deal with reality and they don't deal with the truth. So that's why a lot of people, say that Freemasons lie to other Freemasons or they present themselves one way and then later on they find out, that they're really not that. So what happens is once you come in, on the periphery, on the outside, everything looks nice and beautiful. They're doing good stuff. They're feeding the homeless, blah, 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 whatever. Not mainstream anyway. Anybody churches feed the homeless. You want to go feed the homeless, go do it to the church, go do it to Red Cross, go do it to the Lions Club. That's not really what Freemasonry is. It's what I'll show you that's part of what it's become today. What Freemasonry has become today is so far from what they teach Freemasonry to be, right? So, they claim to be, take care of widows and orphans. They don't take care of no widows and orphans. They don't give no damn about no widows and orphans. We got a whole list in my lodge of widows, orphans. I've been in there 10 years, and them brothers, they don't give a damn about nobody. I'm telling you. That's why I don't want you to waste your time and your effort. Because all they do is they bring you in and they laugh in your face, smile in your face, and try to laugh with you and have a good time and make you feel good and give you these titles that don't mean anything, that blow your ego up, which is the same thing you're trying to learn not to do, right? So the whole system itself is just the opposite of what they tell you to do. They're trying to tell you that to subdue your passions and improve yourself and make it. They don't do that. They blow your head up and make you an egomaniac. You can't be told anything by anybody else outside of your little trusted clique inside of Freemasonry. You don't believe nobody. People can tell you, man, you're doing bad stuff, and because you're insulated with your little 5 people or your little clique, you don't hear that ever. Even if you know in the depths of your heart you're stealing money from the order, you won't be told you're a bad man. No. You're going to use rhetoric, you're going to use semantics, you're going to use wordplay to justify your dirty religion, right? This is how they hide it, right? This is like, you got to understand, see, the Freemasonry it's like in a Venn diagram. It's like in the middle of a Venn diagram, right? But like you can put it in the middle of like the malicious groups, right? So like you could use like religious groups, motorcycle clubs, stuff like that. And then you'll have like Freemasonry in the middle, but there's the overlap. But so what's the similarity? So the similarities is in religion. Religion gets God, to say that you're being blessed or you're not being blessed, and that's what they do in Freemasonry a lot of times. Is they will tell you if they like you and you're doing the things that they want you to do. They will tell you, they will promote you, and they tell you like, hey, this is God's blessing. You know what I mean? It's really not. It's BS mind games because it's their blessing because they're promoting you because they like what you do, what you're saying, and they like that you go along with anything that they do. You don't bust. You don't say, hey guys, that seems weird. That's some money missing. They don't want you to do that. They want you to see the money missing and act like you don't see it, and then smile in their face, smile at the other's face, smile at everybody's face like you're a good man because you're smiling here, right? But you know money's being stolen. You know brothers are cheating and sleeping with sisters and cheating on their wives. You know it. And these brothers are in the leadership position. These are the people you're supposed to be looking up to. And so that's what I mean about the hypocrisy. I have examples of yin yang about how terrible Freemasonry is. I have a high priest, an excellent high priest. So I'm a New York Rite too, right? I did all the degrees available on the York Rite side, right? Blue Lodge, first 3 degrees. I did the Holy Royal Arch up to the 7th degree. I did the Royal and Select Masters up to the 10th degree. And I did, I joined the 3 chivalric orders of the Knight of Templar. Those aren't degrees, those are 3 orders that you join. Showing you I know what I'm talking about. Okay, so, anywho, I did all those degrees. I have all those degrees. I'm a Knight Templar all the way up. Of the Knight Templar by Knight Templar. Okay. It's all symbolic, it doesn't mean it. But I've done it. Okay, so what it so I know about this stuff. You know what I mean? I know the degrees, I know how it works. I was studying the esoteric and this stuff way before, like 10 years before I joined. So that's why when I came into Freemasonry, I stood out so much. A lot of the elders noticed me when I first came in is because I could answer a lot of the stuff already. I could speak. I could tell you what talk about three and how it relates to a triangle and how it relates to the omnipotence, omnipresence, and omniscience of God. You know what I mean? I would break stuff down like that because of my training, because of my studying myself. So these are I was looking for other brothers like that have been studying the Bible and stuff like that. When I was 18, I started the beginning of the Bible with Melchizedek, right? The first prophet, priest, and king in the Bible, and he's from the order of Melchizedek. Then you get to the Holy Royal Archmasons, and they're like, that's the order of Melchizedek, right? So that was interesting, you know what I mean? And then you get in, and you find out that these people, it's just an extension of the Black Church. Prince Hall Freemasonry is just an extension of the Black Church. And you know that there's no esoteric. You know what I mean? They can say there's esoteric, and they can, yeah, it's very dry and watered down. And the way that Christianity has been evolved over the time, it's really taken a lot of the esoteric out of it. You know what I mean? A lot of Christian and religious people are scared of the word magic. They're scared of the word ritual. They're scared of the word Illuminati, which just means enlightened one. But that just shows you that these people are uneducated. A lot of these people, even Masons, they're highly uneducated. I can interlace masonry into my regular daily talk and show how to interlace it in your regular daily talk. And I got taskmasters, people that have been in 30, 40, 50 years who are as eloquent with Freemasonry and lacing it into their regular talk as I am, and as I can. There was a couple years ago at the Grand Lodge, we had all the lodges in California together in the Grand Lodge. And, we had the representations representatives all in one room, in the big room in LA and the big Grand Lodge. We were all there, all the lodges in California, and there was a time where there was a section where they had a little competition of esoteric questions and who could answer them. And out of all the states of California, out of all the lodges, I was the one to get up and answer the esoteric questions correct. I answered them properly, and I won that little competition. I got a book from Emily P. Hall. I got another Freemason book from Smiley, I think it was. And then I got a flashlight, like a nighttime reading flashlight in bed and stuff like that. So these were little presents that I won from answering the several esoteric questions that nobody else could answer. I answered. We because of my training. It wasn't due to my training in Freemasonry. This is training I brought with me into Freemasonry. So the people tried to tell you like, oh, did you learn all this in Freemasonry? I didn't learn shit in Freemasonry. All I learned was rules and regulations. That's not esoteric, right? All I learned was you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, and that was supposed to be esoteric. And I was like, that's not esoteric because I've actually been studying esoteric. And I can break stuff down and talk to you on a level that you brothers can't talk. If you got all the degrees and all the ranks, 33rd degree, I talked to a brother. I got a brother in my life, 33rd degree, 50-year Mason, Scottish Rite. And I asked the brother because I was thinking about joining the Scottish Rite at the time, but I was already largely unimpressed with Freemasonry and the brothers and their knowledge or lack of, and their super Christian perspective, right? So I don't get any. I get that Christians try to be esoteric, but if you're not claiming like Gnosticism or Gnostic, or if you're not doing kind of like Gnostic rituals or these types of, okay, like what makes you esoteric Christian? You know what I mean? Like you can't just say, oh yeah, we deal with esoteric and you believe in white Jesus. It doesn't work that way. You cannot say you're an esotericist and you believe in white Jesus. It doesn't work that way because Christianity is set up against that stuff. All throughout history, the church and the religions have been against the magical stuff and has been against this kind of knowledge, right? They've always persecuted the people who studied and practiced this stuff. They burned them at the stake. I mean, that's all history is for. And so it's like, you know, for them to try to be modern day Freemasons to try to become one with the church then shows that there was some takeover that happened by the church because it wasn't always like that, right? So that's the proof, and that's why I say modern day Freemasonry, especially Prince Paul, is just an extension of the black church, right? They're just promoting Christianity. That's all it is. They're pushing Christianity. They don't want you to be Muslim, Islam. They don't want you to be anything, but that's against Freemasonry because Freemasonry, in real Freemasonry, I studied Freemasonry before I joined Freemasonry. So in real Freemasonry, it's about the heart, right? And these brothers don't really get that. These brothers are so by the book that there's no room for heart, and they're so by the book and they're so rigid that that's the opposite of having heart. See, having heart means you understand, right? And when you understand, you're not super rigid. You don't always stay super rigid, and you don't and you don't stay super rigid, and you don't you can bend sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes things happen where you need to bend, right? When you're super by the book and you don't ever bend and you don't ever uh understand people's situations or this or that, it's very hard. It's okay, Siri. I'm not watching. It always thinks I'm talking to my wife. Anyways, so yeah, it's very rigid and just as Bob Marley would say, stiff naked fools, right? They think they are cool to deny me of life, right? But that's what they do, and that's what I want to show you is they will deny you life, just like a religion. They'll give you the perspective, oh, you must not be getting blessed, or you must not be getting promoted inside of Freemasonry because you're not following God's will, or they'll try to put it like that. So you gotta dig deeper, do more of God's will, do more work, do more, and they try to use it against you. Again, it's all a mind game. These people don't care about you. These people don't really care about you. They want your money. You're just a dollar bill to Freemasonry. They really don't care about you. They don't know about you. They're not going to know your family. They're not going to know. They're not going to allow your family to call if you're ever in need. They don't know your wife. They don't know your kids. If you were ever in an accident, who would they call? They don't even know anybody. They don't even know your family. They don't care about your family. But that's the trick. See, they smile in your face, and you think that means they care about you. They smile in your face, or they say a few nice words, and you think that means that they're good people. They care about you. You don't know that same person that's smiling and being the pastor and being this, is also cheating on his wife. He's also sleeping around. He got 3 sisters over here he's sleeping with. 3 Eastern Stars over here he's sleeping with. But he got a wife and kids at home that you know about. You see them. Because when he wants to, he brings the wife and kids to the event. But when he doesn't want to, he's with his girlfriend. And his wife's at home with the kids. And this is stuff that I've seen for years. I can name them. I can name HW initials. I can say any kind JS, my high priest. He had to be removed from his blue life. He was sleeping with so many girls. They had to move him and hide him and hide the fact. But he's still a high priest. He's still in the leadership position. Why don't you remove him from the leadership position? Why don't you remove all the people that are cheaters, that are liars, that are cheating on their wife from the leadership position? They won't do that. It shows you the hypocrisy. They're not good people. They protect each other. They protect each other's bad actions, and they never say anything bad about Freemasonry as an institution. So it's almost like a religion, because you'll hear religious people say, oh, Islam is perfect. It's just us Muslims who are imperfect, right? So that means you can never talk about the institution. You can never talk about Islam because Islam is perfect, right? So that's the same thing they try to do with Freemasonry. Freemasonry itself is perfect. It's always been perfect. It's just perfect, perfect, perfect. So you can't talk about Freemasonry. It's just the individuals in Freemasonry. And so it's like, oh my God, it's the same trick that religion does, right? So I say all this to say we're going to continue discussing Freemasonry, modern Freemasonry. I'm going to continue giving you the real. I don't want nobody to waste their time, their money, none of that anymore. You're not going to waste. You're not doing it. Not in Prince Hall Freemasonry, not in no regular Freemasonry. I'm going to show you. These people are not what you want to be, not what you want to be like. Man, we had a murder. One of our brothers was murdered down in Tijuana, Mexico, and our Grand Lodge didn't do nothing. We still don't know who did it. We don't know if it was Justice Bond. We don't know if it, but there's so many situations like that. We got past masters that were on our Grand Lodge healing team. They don't even know where these people are. That's how they don't even keep contact. I know a brother, past master, Jordan Butler. They don't know if that brother is dead, alive, homeless, in need. They don't care. And he's one of their past masters and was on the Grand Lodge healing team, bringing brothers over to Prince Hall, and they don't know where he is. That's because they don't keep contact. They don't keep up. They don't care. And so I don't want you to spend time putting effort, putting money into this, thinking that they're going to care about you. They don't care about you. They're going to use you up and kick you to the side as soon as they can. As soon as they say somebody else coming in with zeal and with energy who can do what you can do, boom, they kick you out to the side, get this new person in. And they use them up until another young person they find comes in. Then boom, they kick them to the side, bring the new person up, use them up. And so it's just an ongoing cycle of using people. And they try to keep you motivated by giving you these titles that don't mean anything, or sometimes they might give you an award or a little paper award or something like that. But for somebody like me, they missed a lot of that stuff. Like I never got my Master Mason certificate. I never got. This is just laziness from lives. Like when I come in and I became a Master Mason, I didn't even know you're supposed to get a Master Mason certificate. I didn't even know like this stuff was not just. It wasn't taught. It wasn't being done. And so nobody talked about it because nobody was doing it. And so it's like, so say I would have went on and became worship master. How do I learn to do that to the new kids coming in, the new brothers coming in? I would have just been, they don't get no certificate because I wasn't trained and taught And that wasn't my experience. But these brothers been sitting in lodge 50 years, say nothing about, when they were going through and they got all their certificates and papers or whatever, charters or whatever they call it, whatever, you know, certificate is for your degree or whatever. They got all theirs, but they'll sit in lodge and watch new brothers come through and watch Freemasonry fall apart basically, and they just sit there and they don't do anything. They don't hit the worship master up and be like, worship master, you need to get these certificates to these young brothers. That's very important to them. They don't say that. They're worried about, who's going to open up the bar on Friday and sit down here for 4 hours with two other 80-year-old people who want to play pinochle or play some cards and drink a couple beers. You want to come sit here for that? I know you're 30 years old, you got wife and kids, blah, blah, but we will need somebody to come sit here at the bar, open up the bar, and pour drinks for the brothers who are 80 and retired and want to drink for cheap. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Like, that's the culture I started seeing. And that's the culture I was like, man, I don't want to be part of this culture. These people really, truly do not care about anybody else. Everybody is a dollar. I could prove it. They don't give a flying damn about what they say. Every opening of every lodge meeting, we say there's a part where Worship Master says, every human has a claim upon your kind office. Every lodge opening, we say it. Every lodge opening, we say, the Worship Master tells you and teaches you that every human has a claim upon your kind office. But that's not what they live by. These Prince Hall Masons live by only if you're paying member, only if you're current member, can you even contact or talk to me. It's not even on about Masonic talk or Masonic intercourse because they don't even know what that is. They think you just can't talk to them as a human if you're suspended or expelled or kicked out or whatever. So what they're doing, especially in Prince Hall, is they've created a cult. It's a cult because they think they're better than even being talked to by a non-Mason saying to talk to them. That's how they feel about themselves. You can't talk to me. You better not need help. Because I've been waiting to tell somebody, no, I can't help you. That's how they live. These brothers live like if you're driving down the street, you're in your car, you're driving down the street, and you're like, oh, somebody's broke down on the side of the road. I see them giving the grand hailing sign of distress. Let me pull over and see if they need help. These brothers are the type to get out the car, walk up to somebody, see the grand hailing sign of distress, and say, let me see a dues card. Let me see a dues card first. Do you have a dues card? You don't have a dues card? I can't help you. I'm out of here. I'm off. I can't help you. You don't have a current dues card. I cannot help you. Yeah, you're in distress. I don't care. You don't have a current dues card. You're not a current paying member. You're not paying enough to get my help. And even if you were, we're still not going to help you. We'll find a way to make excuses. Oh, I'm busy. I'm out of town. I'm this. I'm that. Trust me, you can never need the Masons. You can never depend on them. They won't be there for anything. They don't have anybody's back. They don't care because they don't care about anybody. Because at the end of the day, all they care about is what? Is like the state reporting and keeping their nonprofit. And I will continue to teach that until Freemasonry gives up its nonprofit business and all its buildings, we don't need the building. We can do all this Freemason work from people's homes. But that's the lie because it's money and it's power that these people want. And they don't care about real Freemasons. They want land and they want tax write-offs and they want to be able to hide money and sneak money and move money around here and there and act like they're on the up and up. But once you see it, it's like, why is this money? Why do you guys need $25,000 a year to travel? Why do you guys need $10,000 a year for this expense? Why do you guys need? When you start seeing it at the Grand Lodge, and you're like, whoa. They're just using our money to travel the world and have a good uh, time on our dime. And I'm not even traveling the world, so why am I gonna pay for you? You know, I have a past master that I talked to who is heavy in the Scottish Rite for a long time. He actually is a past master. He created the Flax Society out here. We'll go by the name of JBW, right? And he told me literally that he had to step away from the Scottish Rite because he's not buying them any more cars. He literally said that. This is a person who started the Palaxis Society out here, which is equivalent to the Lodge of Research for the Grand Lodge stateside. For Prince Hall, for us, as we call it, Palaxis Society, but it's the research branch. And so he's heavy. He got it started. He's been the head of that for like 20 years plus. You know what I mean? And he was like, I had to branch away. I had to back up off the Scottish Rite because I'm not buying them cars. I was like, no way. He knows that they're taking the brother's money and doing all kinds of messed up stuff, not being right with the money. And so this is what I mean about I don't want you wasting your money. I don't want you wasting your money. I don't want you wasting your time because it's all lies. People can say they're good, they're not good. They got to show it. You have to show it. You can't just say it. You got to show it, right? You can't just say you're esoteric. You got to show it. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm Christian. I'm esoteric." Or blah blah blah. I study esoteric. No, you don't. No, you don't. What esoteric rituals do you know? You know how to invoke the energies of Jupiter. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Do you know the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram? Do you know the star ruby ritual? No. Okay. Do you know the middle pillar ritual? No, you don't know. So what makes you guys think you're esoteric then? What are you studying? Where are you getting your esoteric knowledge from? The Bible itself? Because you don't know how to extrapolate the esoterics out of the Bible. You don't know how to say go to John 2:19 and Jesus says this uh, tear this temple down. In 3 days it shall be built anew. And he's talking about a 3-day fast, and that temple is your body. And then you can go into the study and see, and the research, the science proving how a 3-day fast regenerates the white cells in your body, and it kills disease in your body, and how it regenerates your nervous system, and how important that is to keep you healthy. So you tear the body temple down over 3 days, build it anew. It's your body. So you see, they can't talk like that. You see how easy it just comes out of me. I can pull up John 2:19 like that. I can pull up a plethora of Bible verses because this is who I am. But they want to tell you they're Christian. I'm not Christian. I study Christianity. I was brought up in the Christian church. I know it in and out. I take you to Luke 17:20 and 21 and show you that the kingdom of heaven is already in your midst. It ain't no coming. It's already here. Jesus' words, direct red letters. I'll show you. But these are things that people don't want to deal with. So we got to continue to teach hard. We got to continue to tell the truth and shame the devil. We got to continue to teach the truth. We got to continue to live righteously, uh, and not stand for no hypocrisy and no lying and no deceiving and no deception. Because then we become just as bad. We become part of the problem, and that's what I'm fighting against. I'm not just going to become part of the go along, the get along gang, and just go along with whatever I see happening. No, if something's wrong, I'm the one. I'm the type of person that's going to be like, "Hey, that's wrong," and if you don't like it, you should have never let me. Type of people like me be part of your group because we're going to call out that stuff every time because we don't like it. It doesn't sit right with us when we can see you stealing, when we can see you cheating, when we can see you lying. It doesn't sit right with us that you also on the right around, turn around and call yourself a good person. It doesn't sit right. It doesn't feel good. I feel like we're lying to the world. And why do I want to protect you? Why? Why do I want to protect you? Why do I want to protect Freemasonry when they're lying, when they're hypocrites, when they don't do what they say, and when they won't be held accountable, when they won't deal with the truth about it, when they don't like hearing anything about it? Oh, how dare you talk about Freemasonry? Well, damn right, I'm gonna talk about Freemasonry the rest of my life because somebody's got to save these kids. Somebody's got to tell the truth. It's a social club. If you're not in politics, if you're not a police officer, if you're not in local or state government, it's not really for you. It's not really for you. If you're not military, you're not local, state government, or federal government, or if you're not in the collegiate fraternity and sorority system, education system, Freemasonry is really not for you. It's not really for the civilian like that. Sure, they'll take you in and take your money, but it's not really for you. How are you going to use it to your benefit? Right? It's only for if you're in local government. It's only for if you're in, school board. It's stuff like that for rubbing elbows and oh yeah, I'm a Mason, and that's all it's become. And so that's the truth about it. You know what I mean? And I'm getting pretty long here, on the half an hour, but I don't want to keep it very long. We're gonna continue teaching. We're gonna continue going over the reasons why you should not join Prince Hall Freemasonry today, unless you have, unless you're like a Christian pastor, you're super devout Christian, or you want to use it for political reasons, local, state, government, school board, stuff like that. If you want to city council member, stuff like that. If you want to play the politics thing, it's good for you. But other than that, if you're just a regular worker bee and you just go to work every day and you come home and you have a family, it's really not for you. You're not learning anything that you don't already know. See, that's what I hate also is that everybody they'll join Freemasonry when they're 35 and 45 and 55 years old and give all the credit of all the stuff that they accomplished in their life before Freemasonry. They give the credit to Freemasonry. What the heck? Why would you do that? You guys went to school, went to college, graduated college, got out of college, got your career, been working at your career 10+ years through the thick, thin, bad, good, going to work every day. You're still doing it, and you've been doing this. You bought your house, you got married, you got your wife, got your kids. You did all of that without Freemasonry. Then you want to join Freemasonry and say, I have all of this life because of Freemasonry, because the lessons Freemasonry taught me. Bullshit. It's more likely the lessons your family and your parents taught you that got you this point in life. But these people won't say that. So they disrespect their own parents to give reverence to Freemasonry. Why? Why? That's crazy. Isn't that crazy? You're going to disrespect the lessons and the teachings of your own family and parents just so you could say Freemasonry taught it to me. I wouldn't be anything if it wasn't for Freemasonry. I don't know how I'd live if it wasn't for Freemasonry. And so this part of the problem we gonna address. We gonna address. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Write them down. Ask them. I'm gonna address them. I will tell you the secrets, the ins, the outs of all of Freemasonry. We're gonna get it because I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of the fuck shit in Freemasonry, and it is fuck shit. I'm tired of it. Tired. They done tired out the wrong one. They done mess with the wrong one. You know what I mean? You're gonna be one way to all the brothers. Don't be picky choosy because something bad gonna happen. Some disgruntled brother gonna expose you every time and tear that ass down. That's my intention. I'm gonna tear that ass down because I'm tired of it. Too long has it gone on, uncorrected, unaddressed, and these people aren't trying to address or fix it or put it in the right direction. They'll have a good person who doesn't cheat on their wife, who doesn't do anything, but might not have money and might not have experience fundraising, don't know how to fundraise very well because they don't come from that. We're not collegiate fraternities people. Again, if you're just a civilian, you don't have experience fundraising. You don't know how to do these things. And that's why it's a certain type of person that becomes a Mason, because they're looking for those types of people: military, collegiate fraternity, sorority, religious. That's the type of people they're looking. If you're a civilian, you're the fourth. They don't want you really. They'll take your money, but they don't really want you because it's not tied into the politics and the policies and the local government and the state government. It's not tied in. You're not tied in, and so it's that's what it is. And so that's what people talk about: the money trickling up, the government, and the Illuminati. This is what they're talking about. The money does trickle up to local and state government. That's what they're talking about. And so if you're not able to play these games or playing these games or donating money whenever they ask and donate and throwing money and throwing money and throwing money to them, then you're not going to progress very far or well. You just got to just throw money, and they can do whatever they want with your money. And you got to keep giving it, sitting there and smile. You guess, and like I said, you see them stealing it, you see them moving it around, you see them lying. You're supposed to just sit there and continue giving. Sit there and smile. Nothing's wrong with Freemasonry. Nope. And so that's what we're going to address today. All the problems of Freemasonry. We're going to address it. We're going to hit it on the head. I'm going to be doing these talks a lot more. I want to say recently, but a lot more consistently. There we go. I'm going to say we're going to do these talks a lot more consistently uh, because it is what it is. I'm saving you guys time, money, and effort. Uh, and if you don't have a political aim or goal, it's really not for you. So don't waste your time, or your money, or your effort. It's all politics. It's all politics. It's all brown noses. You have to be liked to get in certain circles, to say certain, and they're vetting you. They're all vetting you. It's all a vetting process. They're watching you, and you go along. Okay, well, we can bring him over here into the circle because he's not going to buck. He's not going to say anything. He's not going to point out that we're stealing. So they're all testing you. They're all testing you. And it's all tests. Can you pass it? If you have a wife who's going to trip out when she sees him cheating, oh no, he's got a good wife that's nice and trained. She doesn't care that he's cheating. She's not going to say anything. So we can trust him because if we bring him in, if the wife can handle the cheating, there's nothing that she can be told that is going to, that's harder to deal with than that. Oh, we're stealing some money? She don't care. You know what I mean? She's going to be right by her husband, the cheater. And so this is what I mean. I could tell you names. I could name the names. Don't play with me. I'm the wrong one they mess with. Don't play with me. We're going to go over all the truth. I don't have any vested interest in protecting them. Why? I have a vested interest in exposing them because I'm tired of the lie. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to hit the nail on the head. We're going to expose the truth, and we're going to continue. So stay tuned. Continue watching. Stay tuned. We're going to continue showing and proving that these people are 10%. We're going to continue showing that these people are largely 85%, and a few of them are 10%, the leaders. And so we're going to continue teaching because that's what 5% does, right? So that's all I got to do is tell the truth and shame the devil. So that's what we're going to continue to do and expose their dirty religion and how they hide their dirty tactics and stuff. You know what I mean? So it's all through the lessons. It's all through the knowledge. We're gonna go through it. We're gonna really go through. If you guys have any questions on Freemasonry, I'll answer them. If you guys have anything to say or anything at all, leave a comment. Put it on my YouTube. I'm gonna be looking at the comments. I'm gonna be making future videos addressing your questions, comments, and concerns. We're gonna get through it. Peace and love.